a smart outlet. This is just one of the many things that are out there, and it's one of these things right here. And it's basically an outlet that plugs into a regular outlet, and now you can plug other things into this. Now, once you plug something else into it, you can control it through basically the cloud. So I set up kind of a network here where I've got my PC, it's connecting out to the internet. This device here is connected to a router, which is also connecting out to the internet. So I can now control it from my phone, which I'll also do, or from a web server. So let's see if I can bring up my web page here. Hopefully it comes up. And now I bring this up. And by the way, all the names of things that I'm connecting to right now I've had to hide so that people don't sue me. So that's why I'm having to use different names. But basically I'm logging in right now through the cloud to this particular device. So I log in, and now if everything works properly, I should be able to turn this light on, and it should, there it goes, it just came on. And I did that from the web. So now I could be anywhere in the world, and I can turn that thing on or off. And I just turned it off, and now I'll go ahead with my phone as well, just so you can see it literally is from, let me see if I'm even on yeah, I should be. So basically what I can just take my phone, it's also connected in, I tell it to turn power on, and after a couple seconds it should turn on, there it goes, and I can turn it back off, which is kind of convenient. So this is great, like if you wanted to be able to control the stuff, and you can also do timers and all sorts of other options with these things. But the cool thing about this is like I could be on the road and turn lights on in my house, or do all sorts of other stuff. I mean, if you want to screw with your kids, you take like their Xbox, you don't tell them, and you plug it into this, and then you wait till they're really in the middle of their game and really into it, and then from your phone you just go off, and you can watch their heads explode. So just a fun little tip or something you could try at home. All right, so that seems simple enough and easy enough. The problem is with these devices, most of them, and a large percent of them, have all sorts of functionality that they don't actually make public, and they don't even document. So when you buy it, the idea is you'll plug it in. Oftentimes you can control it to set it up to your phone, or you'll do a few little things that set up, and then everything else you'll do from then on, you're just going to do from an app, and that's how it's supposed to be. However, a lot of these devices also have built-in controls where if I'm on the same network segment, so if I have my laptop connected straight on the same segment as this, I can connect directly to it and also run commands. Now, most of the time this stuff's not documented. I use the example of Sonos. Sonos is a sound system. There's a speaker system. It's actually great sound system. I love it. It's like Sonos threw up in my house. We have it everywhere, and I love everything about it. But what people don't realize is it actually has a web server running on every single speaker that's there, and you can connect directly to it on port 1400. So if you're a techie person and you're bored, there's a lot of actually cool, weird little commands you can do directly to Sonos on the thing itself, and you're bypassing the app, you're bypassing everything, but yet it's not documented. It's not something that they make public. And the reason that that's a concern to me is because oftentimes there's vulnerabilities with these things that people aren't even aware of, and they don't even understand that they can be attacked. And so I started looking at it from that aspect, going, how bad could things get and what could go wrong with this stuff? Oh, and I can go locally just so you can see. This is me connecting directly to it as opposed to going through the internet. So now I'm just connected right to the whole thing. And type it right. Yep, there we go. And now if I turn the power on, you'll see it comes on almost instantly because I'm connected right to it. It's not bouncing off the cloud. I just turned it back off. So just give you an idea that you can connect without even being on the cloud on some of these devices. So as more and more of these things are coming out, vulnerabilities are coming with them. And in fact, there's some great articles out, and you can do your own research on this. This article came out towards the end of last year, and it was talking about the risks of a lot of these Internet of Things devices where people are putting them in their networks at home, and they're not aware that they're opening them up to the world. And when I say opening them up to the world, they follow the little instructions, and the instructions say, oh, well, like for example, if you want to be able to have your webcam, you want to access it from anywhere so you can see what's happening in your house, you do these little things here, and then you can access it. But the problem with that is that there's a lot of people out there that are doing research and finding ways to get into these things that people don't realize. So for example, this one was talking about a search engine called Shodan, and they talked about it right here, where they say basically this search engine is going to allow people to look for very specific devices. And so if they know a device has a vulnerability or something weird going on with it, they can look for that device and then attack it in your home or at work. So I figured I'd show you guys what Shodan is, because it is a search engine, and it's just like going to Google. So if you go to Google, you type in what you want to look for. With Shodan, you do the exact same thing, only you look for very specific products or specific words for products. So in this demo, I'm going to go to Shodan, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a specific webcam that I know that people set up in their homes all the time, and I'm going to type it in right here. It's called Webcam XP. And if I find this, these particular ones are very easy to access. There's no security at all, and you can watch what's going on. So it came out with 1,319 results, and there's a whole bunch of different states I can go to. So I'm going to go to the United States, and you'll see I'll scroll down so you can see that they're out there. And again, this is a completely legitimate site. You can check it out on your own and see if you like it, see anything weird. So I scrolled up and down a couple times, and then I'm going to go to one of these webcams. Now again, this is just somebody's random webcam in the United States. So I clicked on it. It takes a couple seconds for it to load, and once in a while you actually have to refresh to get them to load. It's just kind of a quirky thing. This one will come up any second. And when it does, you'll see it's somebody's kitchen. So we're actually watching a feed of somebody's kitchen. Now I guarantee you, it turns out that while I was watching this, a man walked by at one point in time and a kid walked by at one point in time. And I guarantee you, they have no idea that anybody in the world can watch them if they want to.